question, you guys are more than welcome to hang out and see if I can find an answer. And if I'm not in a hurry, if you guys aren't in any hurry, I'm having fun. So if you come up with any more questions, I'd love to have a question answer. It's always easier when I get a question to find your answers for you as somebody you love pops up. Okay, Kim's telling me that she had a dream that she was on another planet, and she is asking me if I can name it for her. So, one of the things that I do, or that I'm able to do, is oftentimes I can go back in time, or go back on the linear line, and visit other lifetimes. Oftentimes I do this for lifetimes that you may have lived, that may be bleeding over into this life and or influence this life in some way, and it kind of shows you how it's influencing this life. And other times it's just for fun. So what I will do with Kim is I will ask them to show me a life that you guys, or that you lived, and maybe a universal life that you lived, and see if they'll show it to me and where it might be. I've never tried that one before, but I love first times, especially if they turn out good. So, just to kind of give a little description of what I see and what I do, is it's like an 8mm wheel to wheel. And you've got the skinny little films, and each one of them has a little square in it. The old 8mm film is kind of what they show me. And it spins like from one end to the other, it's going through. And then all of a sudden, it'll stop on one little square. And I'm able to see what's in that square. Sometimes they actually let me go into the square and I can look around and get a better idea of where you are at that moment on that reel. So, let's see what they're giving me. Okay. Sometimes they stop 2 or 3 times before they actually stop, so it takes me a couple minutes. This is for Kim. Okay, I'm getting the word really, really strong. Andromeda, or Andromadine, something like that. I feel like I'm standing inside a craft. And I'm standing in the middle of the craft, and people are moving all around me. There's actually other beings around me that look human, very human. I see a lot of instruments and very large screens for some reason. Really big screens. I see you there, Kim, but I see you as you are today. So the feeling that I get is that you are actively working on some type of a council that in your human sleep time takes you there. And you're working on some type of humanitarian type thing, all based on Earth. I don't know if it's helping with the ascension of Earth or something. They're kind of giving me the feeling that you might be a hybrid, if that makes sense. Because I see you on the ship looking like I see you right now. I don't see you looking alien. Although I see entities around me, they're not human entities. But there's also other entities around that also look human. So it may be like a colony of hybrids along with their their immediate DNA from where they're from their galactic DNA. Almost like you probably were very much like them at one time. Your soul lived that life at one time, but now you're living this soul. I don't know. That's the feeling that I'm getting. Does that any of that make sense to you? Does? Totally. She says totally. Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to take a trip?
Sure. Anything galactic for me.
Okay. Let me see what they'll. Huh. Okay. That makes sense. She's telling me she had this dream. She had a dream of being on another planet. And she said that she had, in that dream, she had to step through a wall that was like a clear, filmy substance. And that would probably be what they call a wormhole or a veil. Probably more like a veil. That would be more like a veil. Okay. And she said, and in her dream, she felt like she landed on or in like an airport, like a hangar of some sort. I think that's actually what it was. Possibly might have been inside the aircraft, because that's kind of what it looks like a lot of metallic stuff in there. Okay, she actually saw UFOs parked all around her, so she was like in a. Well, that would make sense, because especially if you were on a mothership, because the smaller ships are on the motherships. Yeah. Oh wow, I was right. The smaller ships are on the motherships, so that all makes sense to me. Okay, she's writing, guys. Okay, she was just like rushing through space and then landed there. That makes sense. Yep, a lot of people. Human and non-human? Yes, that's what I saw. Well, I think that's something you're doing now. And I think what you were having is what they would call a lucid dream or a memory of something that you were doing while you were sleeping. Your soul was off doing these things and you are having recall. Okay, so that could be, she's saying that the person that held the door for her was very, very tall. So maybe, I don't know who lives on, do any of you know who lives on Andromeda? Because that's the word I was getting. Are they tall whites? Or grays or whatever? I don't know anything about the alien population, really. I don't study that kind of stuff.
I'll have to look at.
Yeah. I like to get my stuff unfiltered by my own knowledge. So I kind of stay away from all that kind of stuff. And he was not human. Okay. Did he have the large almond eyes that we always see? People draw pictures of these guys with these big, huge almond eyes. Oh, she didn't want to look. Chicken. Okay. She didn't want to look as she was walking towards it. She kept her head down. But it was friendly. Well, I would think it would be friendly because you're related. Wasn't there to hurt you. Okay, let's see what we can get for Kim. No, just to do Kim. Okay. Gina, Sarah, Jerry. Okay. Let's see what we got. Wow, you fought in a Mars war. I'm getting the words War of the Planets. I think you may have originated on Mars. Galactic being, fighter, peace. So you were on a peacekeeping mission that required you to take out, I'm not sure I'm using the right word, malevolent beings who would wish to cause harm. But they're making me feel very strongly that this was Mars. You were, you didn't fight hand combat, you fought ships. And I'm hearing the word, but you know the good always prevail. So your job was universal protection for the universe, for universal battles that take place. And you were one of the soldiers. I get the sense that it was, okay, hang on a minute. They're feeding me more information. Okay, they're telling me that you were a female warrior. I would have thunk a male, but they're saying no. Gender equality. They have gender equality. That everybody carries the same weight. Everybody fights. Everybody protects. And that's when they use the word fight, they really mean protect. Everybody protects. But in this particular thing, the one that they're showing me, you were a female fighter. They're making me feel like you had a larger role, like sergeant of arms or something. In other words, you either trained or taught or mentored or did something to they're saying the younger generations as they moved into place. So they're making me feel like that when you come to life there, when the soul comes to life there, you come into certain places. And when you come into this place, you're given certain duties. And you become proficient in those duties, and that is what you do. And that is where your heart is. That is where everything goes. And of course, these people are entities, I should say, they even corrected me on that, are non-emotional beings. And you're there to protect. And somehow or another, they're relating this to who you are today. Not being non-emotional. They're saying, no, that's not it. But that feeling of protector, you take on that role of protector for everybody that's around you. And when you lost your son, this completely destroyed that sense that you had carried in your soul for so deep and so long, because you felt like you felt like you missed something, you lost something there, that part of you that had been so much a part of what they're calling of your own character and how you identified with yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Very much so.
Yes, and this is where that came from. So you might have a little bit more understanding why it was, fortunately for me, I have never lost a child. I have been so blessed to this point in life that I have never had to experience that on any level with anybody in my family. And I would never even begin to say that I could ever understand that type of pain, because I couldn't. I just couldn't. I've had miscarriages. That's about as close as you can get. But to have the makeup that you came into this life with, what they're telling me now makes so much sense of why it became what it became for you.
Okay.
Okay? I know if
Yes,
that makes sense.
thank you very much. It does. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So they're saying knowledge, they're telling me to tell you that knowledge can present hurdles, help you overcome hurdles. That's what he means. Knowledge can help you overcome hurdles. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, who's next? Kristina. Let's see what we got for you. Do you want a galactic one or just whatever they give me?
Whatever they give you.
Okay. Okay, sweetheart. Just a minute. Get down. In a minute. Go lay down. Okay, let's see what they give me. Kristina, Kristina, Kristina. Wow. Okay, with Kristina, they're taking me into the inner earth with you. They're saying to me that everybody seems to think when they think of alien or UFOs or any of that stuff that it's all galactic. But inner earth has many different colonies of different what you call entities who have been as much a part of life as the universe. We live within Mother Earth, Gaia. They're not showing me you in particular. They're showing me the area you're from. What I see is a very metropolitan type city. And I can't really see it, but I get the very, very strong sense that if you were to go inside Earth, you would see very much what you see on the surface of Earth in there. Multiple, what we call states, countries, that kind of stuff. They're not really showing me that, but I'm getting that sense. They're talking about protectors of mountains and waterways and all of those things that that Gaia needs protection for. Trying to get a finger on what you do there. Oh, okay. Do you have an affinity, Christine, for water?
Not particularly.
Because they're making me feel like either you came from water or you were some type of a protector or creator in water somehow or another, to do with waters. I don't know if that's, let me see if they'll give me more than just that. Wow. Okay. What they're telling me is, you know, when we go back in history and we see how they show us where rivers once ran thousands and thousands, like the Nile, how it moved, and all these rivers and stuff, how they've moved and how they've changed, how the water has changed. You were all part of that. You're part of that mechanism that make those things happen, that changes the surface of the earth to change the direction of our waters, or to change what's necessary on the surface of Mother Earth for the good of all mankind and all universal kind, because the universe also, we are part of the universe. We don't really, as humans, we don't really think of us living on Earth as being part of the universe. We think the universe is all out here away from us, that we are our own entity, but we are part of the universe. We are a planet in the universe. And so whatever you do or did or are doing, because you still may be doing it, has a lot to do with the movement of our water. That's why I ask you if in this life you have an affinity for water, either a fear, or you really like it, or you really love it, or seeing it, touching it, feeling it, being in it, being on it, or anything like that. Not that that would be necessarily true, but that to me would make sense anyway. To me it would make sense. But anyway, that's kind of what you do or did or are doing. They don't show me a whole lot. They're just really giving me more senses than actual visions, other than that it looks very metropolitan there. I get the sense also that there are different, just like here on Earth, we have all these different nationalities, but I get the feeling there it's a little bit more than just different nationalities, but different entities, strong entities, very they're almost like telling me that what happens on inner Earth controls outer Earth. Very important job, they're telling me. Very, very important job. I'm going to ask them if you are still doing that. Well, of course. That was the answer I got immediately. Well, of course. Okay, hang on. They got a message. Okay, what they're telling me is that each and every one of us here tonight, speaking for all of us, all have our own jobs to do. That we're still active in all aspects of our soul, and our soul, as most of you probably know, our soul, our essence, doing other jobs, other places, in other lifetimes, in parallel lives, and all of those things. So you are actually, all of us, in those places that we're talking about, are active, very, very active. It's like you've heard the term that you're living more than one life, or you're living parallel lives. This is all part of the parallel lives that we're living. You out in space, you in Mars, you in inner Earth. These are all lives that are all going on. Because the line is not this. I guess it is this. And we always think of it as being stacked. That's how we are explaining, how we explain parallel lives. But it actually isn't stacked. It's just one straight line. And it's depending on how far out you go, where are you in life, as we know it, here on Earth, doing whatever it is that you're doing. I kind of get some of that when I'm doing soul groups. That kind of makes sense. It's easier for us as humans to stack things, like a stack of dishes, like life 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, all going on. Like I have a life that I'm living right now in India. I see it all the time. And it's happening at the same time that I'm living this life right here, Linda Lee in Port St. Lucie, Florida. So those things are going on. So if we can do that, then why not live in inner Earth or live on Mars? Or I don't think there's life on Mars right now. They make me feel like nobody's living there now with yours. Okay. So you're just out there in limbo somewhere.
I'm just hanging out somewhere.
Yeah, you're just out there, just waiting for a ride.
Yeah, that's right. I'm waiting for Uber.
There you go. No, but we're all actively working and doing whatever it is we're supposed to do with all these different, because the soul that lives within us in our current vessel is only a small portion of who we truly are. So, okay, that was fun.
Yeah, thank you. That was great, and I love the light language.
Very
That was
good.
awesome.
Very good. If anybody
That's
wants me to
awesome.
send that to them, just send me your email address. And
Okay.
I'll
Thank
be
you,
happy
Linda.
to
That was
send
really
it.
good.
You're very, very welcome. I'm so glad it turned out. This is the first one I've done. So,
Thank you.
Well, you
I
you
had a
did
lot of
great.
fun.
Yeah, it
thank
was a lot
you.
of fun. Thank you.
Oh, thank
And
you.
thank you, ladies, for sharing your stories
Thank
too,
you.
ladies.
You
Yeah.
Thank
too.
you.
Thanks for signing up. You guys all know me on Messenger, so send me your email address if you want the light language. The light language, generally when I send somebody light language, I always encourage them to listen to it for at least a minimum of 7 days, once a day. You can actually listen as often as you wish, but at least once a day for 7 days, and then just keep it if you're feeling blue or you don't feel well that day or whatever. Grab hold of that baby and listen to it because it'll
Okay.
continue to help and heal both. Let me know how
Awesome.
things turn out for you, Kim.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Yeah, send me a message. Okay, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.